January 20th. Job is not an allegorical character. He really did live through these events. We know this from the mention by the Apostle James in James 5:11. The book of Job is believed to have taken place between 2200 and 1800 BC, prior to God's revelation to Moses of many basic aspects of God's intentions for mankind, prior to the establishment of the priesthood and the giving of the law. So Job and his friends may not have had any assurance of the afterlife. They may believe that death could be the end, and they probably have no idea of the context in which the events are occurring. In other words, that these events are being allowed in order to test Job. All they know is what they see. Job was a man described as having complete integrity, described by God in chapter 2, verse 3 as the finest man in all the earth. He was also extremely wealthy. Everything Job has is taken away in a day, which causes Job to immediately recognize the calamity as something that has been allowed by God. It must be for a reason, yet he has no idea what this reason is. All he knows is that he will not blame God. The debate between Job and Eliphaz begins. There is some truth in what Job's friends have to say, but their understanding of events is severely limited. Job is suffering. He just wants out. Without modern painkillers, the suffering he endures causes him to plead for death. And when challenged by Eliphaz that he must be suffering as a result of something he has done, Job responds in chapter 6, verse 29 that in his view, he has done nothing to deserve his fate. Throughout this awful ordeal, Job responds with honesty and authenticity. He doesn't curse God, but neither does he hide his disgust with what's happening. He tells God in chapter 7, verse 16, "I loathe my life. I don't want to live forever. Leave me alone, for my days are but a breath." It's hard to see how that Job could have known about what was really going on, that his ordeal was a giant test for him. In the course of our lives, much will happen that we don't understand. When this happens, our response must be authentic. We shouldn't pretend the pain isn't real, or hide our fear or anger or our bitterness. We must take those feelings to God. There is a difference between faith and phoniness. We must be authentic before Him. Here's today's application. Are you authentic with God in your prayers? Do you let Him into your private thoughts? He can handle your concerns, your anger, your pain, and your bitterness. Take these to Him and lay them at His feet. He honors your authentic prayers. Now here's today's prayer.